Hello, I am Alex McDonald, and this is video number 5 of this 5-part series on 4 things that financially successful people always have the habit of doing. And just to recap those really quick, number 1, they work hard, and they work hard on themselves. They also work hard within a system. Number 2, they save a portion of their income. Number 3, they tithe and they give to charities. And this video number 4 is about avoiding debt at all costs. Now, I have to be honest, this video was I was fearful of making this video because I look around and it's like everyone is deep in debt and it's normal. And I think back to before I started plugging into that financial fitness program and before I started getting out of debt and learning to think like the financially successful and reading all these different books and having a mentor like Mr. Bill Lewis and listening to Warren Woodward and Chris Brady, who are financially free on a regular basis. And the thought process I had was, well, I'm going to die with debt anyways, might as well live it up. Or I'm never going to have what I want unless I leverage other people's money. And I figured out that wasn't true. It was just, we've been programmed, we've been enticed, we've been manipulated on such a great level that that's the mindset of many people. And I think back to when I was in high school, and it was almost like you're stupid if you don't go to college. But I didn't have the money to pay for college, but no problem, we got this thing called FAFSA. Just fill out FAFSA, and we'll loan you a bunch of money at high rates. And so if you're one of those people around my age, maybe younger, maybe older, that are still in college debt, I feel for you, brother. I feel for you, sister. And don't let the things that I say in this video offend you, because I'm not attacking the fact that you chose to go to college. I'm really proud of you for continuing your education. I'm really proud of you for being a great person. But the things I'm going to say in this video are attacking every kind of debt. And I want to go into some of the statistics. And so I'm going to pull from Warren Woodward's book, The Financial Matrix. And it says, according to GoBankingRates.com, an organization that tracks interest and banking rates, in 2014, the average American was more than $225,000 in debt, and almost half of U.S. households had less than $500 in savings. So I started thinking about that. Like, if somebody has an emergency that costs over $500, almost half of the country is screwed. And that's very scary. And that's one of the reasons I started making these videos, and especially principle number 2 on saving. Because if you just save 10% every single week, in a few months, you're gonna have a whole month's worth of savings. If you keep doing that, in a few years, you're gonna have a whole year's worth of savings. And so definitely make it a goal to hit that $500. Make it a goal to hit that $1,000 as soon as possible. And have that security, have that nest egg where if something happens, it's okay. But let's also attack that debt. And so it says the average credit card interest rate is 14.95% APR. Wow. I've heard of credit cards being like 27% interest, 19% interest. And so I've heard of people going to a fast food restaurant, myself, and swiping that card and not having a job, being like, oh, it'll be okay, I'll pay it later. And then seeing that bill later on, and it's just predatory. And so I know there's no child right now that's thinking, putting posters on his wall, I want to be in a 30-year mortgage. I want to be deep in debt. I want $250,000 worth of debt on my name. But how do we even get here? Well, there's been a lot of things that's happened in the government, from removing us from the gold standard to the enactment of the Fed banking system and things like that. And we can't think that everybody went insane at the same time, but it's designed that way. So look at some of these numbers. The government is currently in $22 trillion worth of debt. Business debt or corporate debt is around $15.5 trillion. Ouch and ouch. And the household debt is nearly $14 trillion. So every single sector in our entire country is just piling on this debt. But what does that do for people like you and I, for the common household? Well, when businesses go into debt, they raise prices on us to pay for their debt. So that's double ouch on us. When government goes into debt, they raise taxes on us to pay off their debt. So the average household is suffering from rising prices, rising taxes, lowering incomes, and I can't afford this, so I'm going to just finance something. I'm going to go into debt. I'm going to use a credit card. And we have to get away from this. And it's on me to clean my backyard, you to clean your backyard. We can't say, oh, so-and-so in government in Washington needs to do this and this and this. Nope. Let's do our part, and it's going to trickle up. And the crazy thing about that is all of those debt payments go to one source. It goes to the banking system, which Warren Woodward calls the financial matrix. And so we're feeding this financial matrix, and my whole goal is to get you to stop feeding that matrix, because that matrix is evil. That matrix is stupid. That matrix is hurting people, and we need more good people, like I said in the last video, to do more good things. And something I was thinking was, how do I say this? One time Kobe Bryant said, I can't relate to lazy people. I don't understand them. I just can't relate to them. I don't even want to talk to them. And so what this is a war on lazy habits, lazy excuses, and lazy thinking. And we want to replace it with winning habits, winning reasons, and winning thinking. And one of those winning habits and thinkings is having a dream. Having a dream so big that I have to have it, but I will not finance it. And so delayed gratification is one of those things. One of the mindsets we gotta have is that money is not used to buy things. Oftentimes we want something and we want something. Let's say this is the better one, this is the worst one. Well, I can't really afford that, but I can finance that, so I'm gonna get that. And we think that we just make money to go spend it on things that we want. But really, money is used to build assets. And that's where a majority of Americans get things wrong. Also, we need to turn off the radio, the television, and minimize the internet usage, because those are literally influencing us on a subconscious level to go into debt. Can't afford the payments? Then you can afford the purchase, but that's a lie. I remember that I really first got started with this program. I started saving, and I had enough money that I could buy a really bad car. Like, not a good car, but I could buy something that I might be able to push down the road. And I'm sitting at a conference and I'm thinking, I really need to get a car. I might go and finance one because I could make the payments every month. I could make the payments no problem, and it would be reliable. And then George Gazzardo came out, and he was like, what did you see when you opened that green box? He's just going off. He's like, did you see being debt-free, never being in debt again? And that moment was a life-changing moment for me, because I was at a major convention and I was influenced on a subconscious level, the truth rather than a lie. And so I want you to, it's really scary making this video, because a lot of you are going to go turn on a TV or listen to the radio as you're driving the car, and you're going to forget about what I'm about to say. But I really want to make this clear. Get out of debt, refuse to ever get into debt again, and avoid debt at all costs. You can live a great life, an even better life, if you pay cash for things, if you live below your means, if you know that money is not used to buy things, but to build assets. And you can live a greater life, a life of nicer things and more enjoyment and less stress, if you avoid the debt at all costs. And so I want to encourage you to start attacking that debt. I have a lot of tips that I have thought about to share, but it looks like I'm running out of time. So I'll make another video soon on how to start pounding away that debt and how to do it most effectively. The number one thing is communicate with your debtors, because if you're like I was, I just avoided them. But I am really excited to be able to share this information with you. I hope you enjoyed this 5-part series, and please subscribe, share, and like. I love you guys. I'll see you at the top, so I'll see you real soon.